Hello everyone, my name is Jami Olamilek and I'm the president of Urban Professionals Toastmasters Club, and today I would like to teach you how to navigate your Toastmasters online platform, download your evaluation resources and learn your speech objective. All right, this is really important because Toastmasters International is a well-structured environment, and each of the projects, each of the speeches that you'll be giving in Toastmasters is aimed at learning a particular competency, and all of this competency has an objective that must be met before you can learn this competency as well. So I would like to, so if you're a new member, of course, you receive a message from Toastmasters International about your login details, your username and password. So this, I have it already, so I'll just log in, all right? So this is a logged in page, and for you to access your Toastmasters Pathways, the Toastmasters Pathways is the Toastmasters International online education program, all right? So this is where you learn everything that you need to do. So you go to your Pathways. So if you're a new member, you go to choose the path. So choose a path is where you are going to choose the path that is more suitable for you, because different people join Toastmasters International for different reasons, all right? Some people are corporate executives and they want to learn how to communicate more with their colleagues at work, with their management, with their board of directors and all of that. What will be suitable for you might be different from someone that is an MC that is looking on how he can communicate more effectively with his audience at an event. You know, for someone that is an MC, Toastmaster might be pushing things like humorous speeches and how to incorporate humors in his speeches to him than someone that is in management. For someone that is in corporate environment, you might not really need to make your board of director, your management laugh as much, all right? But you know, we all have different purposes for joining Toastmasters. So you going through the assessment, there's an assessment that you're going to go through, will let Toastmasters know why exactly you joined Toastmasters and what will be best suited for you. So if you are just joining, you will go through this, continue to pass selections. All right, I've already done this, so I will not have to do this again. But if you are a new member, you see something around there that you have to go to, answer a lot of questions, and you will be given a part. I'll show you my part later as we move ahead. So for you, that you want to go to, maybe you want to give your first speech in Toastmasters and you want to learn the speech objective. What are you supposed to do in this speech? You want to download your evaluation resources. This is really, really important for you to know your speech objective and for you to download your evaluation resources so that you can give it to your evaluator on the next day. So you go to Basecamp. Here I have login as Basecamp manager because I'm the president of the club. I have access to the back office of the Basecamp as well. So, but you, if you just want to download your speech objective and you want to download your evaluation resources, you just go to Basecamp, all right? So I understand that I have to, I'll try as much as possible to make this as short as possible. So you close the pop-up here and you go to open my curriculum. You open your curriculum here. Open your curriculum. Okay, something that I would like to point out here is that if you have blocked pop-up on your browser, you will need to allow pop-up for Toastmasters International website, all right? Because there's a lot of pop-up, and those pop-up are very, very important for you to navigate through the online platform. So this is the pathways, as you can see. So I'm on level 2, but let me go back to level 1 so that you can see this as well. So your icebreaker speech is the first speech that you'll be giving in Toastmasters International, and you need to download the evaluation resources. You need to see your speech objective. So you just go to, if you are just accessing this for the very first time, you might see something like activate. After activate, then you see launch, all right? So you click on it, you activate, then you launch. So when you launch it, it's going to open in another pop-up page. This is why it's important for you to have the pop-up allowed for this page, all right? So it's launching this page. So two things that are very, very critical for you to have on this is that whenever you have a project, this is a project that I'm clicking on, the icebreaker speech. The icebreaker speech is the first speech in Toastmasters International, right? So two things that are very important is your speech objective, all right? What you're supposed to do, this overview of the speech, the purpose of the speech. And the second thing that is very, very important as well is your evaluation resources, all right? You have to learn your evaluation resources. So let's go through it together so that we can see how to do this. So it's telling me congratulations because I've already done this project. I just want to show you. So I'll have to go back to the first page. I'll just click on this and I'll go to the first page, first thing here. So you can go back a bit. So this is the icebreaker speech begin, level 1 project, all right? So you just go begin. So this one is showing you how to navigate forward, backward, and all of that. This is quite simple. You just go through. This is really simple. And if you are giving a speech, if you have a project, it won't take you more than 5 minutes for you to learn your speech objective and to download your evaluation resources. But for the purpose of you learning the process, it might be a bit longer. So here you will read through all of these things. They are critically important, all right, crucial to you having a successful speech. So you learn the introduction, all right, it's a 4 to 6 minute speech. Your assignment, okay, this one, you click it down. Project checklist, you download your project checklist for you to know what are the things that is required of you to do. And yeah, this is the purpose of the speech, which is the objective. The purpose of this project is to introduce yourself to the club and learn the basic structure of public speaking. Overview, write and deliver a speech about any topic, introduce yourself to the club. Your speech may be humorous, informational, or any style that appeals to you. So these are the objectives. So you go through this process. So this is assess your skill before the meeting. So you click on this. I've already done this. I can't do this again. You click next, and you submit it. Then you go forward. So these are the things that you just have to, how to organize the elements of a basic speech. How do you organize your speech? All right, video. There's a video here. You play it to learn more. All right. There's another video here as well. You see, the video is playing here. I'll just pause it. Remembering this is your icebreaker speech. It's going to teach you a number of things about this. You know, your goals, you and your goal, what you are supposed to do here. These are really important things for you to go through. Interesting topic, opening, body, and conclusion. How to write your speech. That will be very, very interesting. All right. So these are very, very important things for you to go through. It won't take you more than 5 minutes. So these are also look at the timing, how to time your speech, pacing, how to pace, organization, how to organize your speech, review it, moment to moment. These are very, very important concepts for you to go through. I won't be talking much on this. They are quite very well explanatory. So you go forward. So after your speech, what you're supposed to do, you receive feedback, evaluating yourself. So this is your evaluation resources. Don't forget your evaluation, all right? This evaluation is very, very critical. Download this evaluation resources. You click on it. It's in PDF format. So it has opened. I'll just come here and click on download. It will download for me. If you want to download, save, yes, and it is saved, all right? Then you can copy it to your WhatsApp, forward it to your evaluator before the meeting so that your evaluator can use this to evaluate you. So these are just the process for you to do this. I'll go back to the page. Then after that, after you have given your speech on that day, you'll come back to assess your skill after. You assess your skill after the meeting so that, you know, Toastmaster can know how well you have done. So these are very, very important stuff. Then congratulations, voila, you are done with the project one. So these are very, very interesting things. So let's go to, this one is evaluation and feedback. The same thing, you have to go through the speech objective. What are the purpose? What are the overview? What are the things that is very important for you to learn, for you to have a successful speech presentation? So you go through all of that, then you download your evaluation resources. But let's go to research and presenting, all right? Let me show you. You see, Toastmasters International is a well-structured environment, and each of the projects is aimed at learning a particular competency. This particular project is for you to learn how to research on any topic and give a presentation on it. So this is really, really interesting for me. You see, so a topic that you are not familiar with, how would you give a speech on it? How should you go about getting resources, citing the sources that you got the resources from, how to make it look tangible for people, you know? What are the things that is required of you? So this is what you're going to learn. So as soon as you take this project in Toastmasters International, anywhere it is, maybe at work, they'll just ask Mr. So, can you do a research on this particular topic and present to us? You will know exactly what are the things that is required of you to do and how to do them. You see, it's telling me congratulations because I'm done with this project. So I'll just go to the beginning of it. Navigation, I'll go back a bit. You can see research and presenting level 1 project, okay? Continue. It's just telling you how to navigate, then you go forward. Just the same thing. You see, introduction. Now, take this down. From here, take it down like this. You see, purpose. The purpose of this project is to learn or review basic research method and present a well-organized, well-researched speech on any topic, all right? Do a research, present it, and that is it. So what is required of you to, you know, do a research and present a speech? There are things that are required of you. If you want to do a research, that means you have to look for resources. You know, how do you look for resources? How do you look for resources that you will give the speech and people will look like, okay, this guy is very smart. This guy knows exactly what he's doing. You know, those are the things that this project is going to teach you. And the overview, select a topic that you are not already familiar with. All right, this is a research. You cannot just pick a topic that you are very familiar with. You have to pick a topic that you are not familiar with. Even if it's in your field, maybe you are a telecommunication engineer, you cannot just give a speech on something that you are already familiar with. Maybe something that is new, maybe 5G. You can do a research on 5G, or do something that is not in your field, line of field at all, maybe medicine. You want to give a presentation on coronavirus, for example, and you're a telecommunication engineer. So that is something that is way out of your line. But how do you do that? So these are very interesting. And this competency is very, very critical. So the speech is 5 to 7 minutes and all of that. So let's go forward. So you assess your skill before the meeting. Then after the meeting as well, you see the same thing. So what are the things that you're supposed to do? Research and present an unfamiliar topic. Organize the speech clearly, maximize audience understanding. You know, organize the speech in a clearly manner and make sure that the audience understand exactly what you're trying to tell them. All right. So these are just the important things that you have to go. You see, you go through all of this, select a topic. How do you select a topic? You'll be explained here. How to research a topic, how to research a topic. How do you do that? All right, you research a topic on broad idea. Okay, you start with a very broad idea, and how do you narrow it down to a particular, to a focused area? All right, maybe you are talking about coronavirus now. It's a wide area as well. We have a lot of things, how it started, what are the transmission and all of that. But then you can narrow it down to a particular thing that you want to talk about as well. So those are just the strategy for you to do a research on any topic and give a speech. How to research a speech, library, showing you library, like how do you get information. You see, these are very, very, do you want to interview an expert, or do you want to get a video interview of an expert? Maybe you want to talk on coronavirus. Maybe you can interview a staff of NCDC or a staff of WHO, or maybe you can watch their videos that they have been interviewed online. Those are just the things. So look at this now. Credibility. This is very, very important because you have to have credibility. It's not like you want to talk about coronavirus or 5G technology and you will start talking about ninjaloaded.com that people will not trust you because is he a subject matter expert on this particular thing? But if you are talking about coronavirus and you say that you are WHO director or some, people feel like, okay, yes, this is a subject matter expert on this topic, so they can trust you and they can listen to you. Sources. How do you cite your sources? Perspective. So this perspective is talking about how do you get perspective from different area. All right, these are very, very important questions, and we're going to see more about them as we move ahead. So organizing your speech, organizing topical, spatial, causal. So these are very, very important things that you just need to go through your introduction, body, and conclusions, as we've seen, review. Then you learn this concept, then you go to evaluation resources. The evaluation resources is very, very important as well. As I've shown in the past, you download it and send it to your evaluator. Download and send to your evaluator, and this is how you the evaluator will evaluate you on that particular day, because this is what you just sent to evaluator. The evaluator will see this, that the purpose of this project is for the member to learn or review basic research method and present a well-organized and well-researched on any topic. So the person that will be evaluating you probably have taken this topic before, taken this project before, so he knows. So when you just send this to him, this is for him to understand exactly, okay, this is what this guy is talking about. Then you use this to evaluate you. So if you are giving a speech on research, he won't be evaluating you on something else. All right. So these are very, very important. So after that, let me go back to the page. You give your speech, then you come back to assess your skill after. Toastmaster wants to know how you have done, and you have assessed it. After assessing your skill after, then you say, oh, voila, congratulations, and you are done with the project. So this is really interesting. So let's go back. So this is level 1. So after you are done with all of this, before the speech, this will not be there. This marked because I've completed this project. That is why we have this mark. You see 100% completed because I've completed this project. That is why. So before you do it, you won't see this. But after you are done with it, it will mark it for you. All right, so you go to the next one. So each of the projects is aimed at learning something. Let me take you to level 2 so that you can see and understand. You see level 2, look at the project that are in level 2. Understanding your leadership style. This is really, really important. How do you understand your leadership style? What are your leadership style? What do how inclined are you to some leadership style? There are different types of leadership style. I did this project. There's democratic, authoritative, dynamic, affiliative leadership style. All of them have their strong side and they have their weakness as well. So how do you flexibly change between leadership style and all of that? On this particular project, I took an evaluation of myself, and the evaluation shows the leadership style that I use most of the time, and it also teach me how to flexibly change between different type of leadership style to accommodate for any particular purpose. Let me show you. So this is, you just go to the beginning. If you are just starting this for a very first time, you won't be seeing all of that. You start from the beginning here. It's telling you that understanding your leadership style, level 2, you begin, you go to understanding the introduction, checklist, a lot of informations are here. Okay, so he asked me to take an assessment here. You see, discover your leadership style. I took all of these questions. At the end of the day, I submitted this, and it shows that I lean towards these 5 parts. You see 23, 23, 23, 23, 23. Affiliative, coaching, democratic, authoritative, innovative. So pace setting is 20%, bureaucratic is 17%. So these are the kind of leadership style that I use most of the time. Affiliative, coaching. So each of them have their own strong point and they have their own downside as well. So this means that I change within these 5 leadership style at will. So if democratic is not working, I can easily change to authoritative. Look at democratic, for example. This style relies on consensus decision making. That means I have to engage all of my team. But look at the downside of it. This style is ineffective when time is limited or if team members do not have the knowledge or expertise to make quality contribution. You can see this is wonderful. So if your team member does not have the understanding and the knowledge to make quality contribution, this will be because you just be asking them questions that what do you think, and they don't know what the heck you're talking about. So this will be a lot of this will be a challenge. So authoritative do not ask those kind of questions. So in that case, if I'm working with people that doesn't understand what I'm doing and I have to change to authoritative, I'll just give them the direction, do this, do that. You understand? So look at authoritative. The leader provide long-term direction and focus. It doesn't ask most of the question. You tell them, this is where we are going, this is how I want you to do it. But this is the downside of authoritative as well. This style is less effective when explicit guidance is required. All right. So when you need to guide the people that you're working with, and you need to, you need to explain to them what you're doing, this style may not be effective as well. So this is how you learn to become a flexible leader as well. So innovative, the vision and the future, and pursue excellence. This is what innovative is all about. So this is what I learned about myself as well when I was taking this project. So let's go forward. So a lot of things that you learn: purpose of leadership, attribute of a successful leader. What are the attributes of a successful leader? So he taught me this: effective communication, leading by example, being optimistic, that is showing positive regards to whatever it is and the cause, knowing that we are going to be successful on this particular project. This is really interesting. Being open-minded, being open to other people's ideas and all of that. So these are just things that you will learn. So each of these projects I'm taking in Toastmasters has a competency that I'm learning. So here I learned about my leadership style. So these are very, very interesting. So you go forward and you download your evaluation resources. Don't forget to always download your evaluation resources and send to your evaluator before the meeting day. All right, this is the evaluation resources. As you can see, evaluation, understanding your leadership style. You download it. You download and copy to maybe your WhatsApp. If you have your WhatsApp on your system, you put it there, or you send it to your email and forward it to your evaluator before the meeting day. So let's go back to where we are. So you see the same thing, connecting with your audience. This is my next project, connecting with. How do you connect with your audience? When you're having a talk, how do you manage audience? Introducing to Toastmasters mentoring. That is the next project after that. You see, so each of this is, this one is talking about mentorship. This one is connecting with your audience. Let's go to level 3 and see what is there. You say present a proposal. Do you have a proposal you want to present? Toastmaster will teach you how to present a proposal. They will teach you a lot of wide best practices for you to present a proposal, that whatever it is, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 3 months from now, from your office, from your work, if you need to present a proposal, you know what are the things that I need to do. You won't be going up and down. This is just like a university. All right, all of this has a particular project that you will do that will make you understand exactly. Let's go to level 4 as well. You see, level 4, you can see here, manage projects successfully. How do you manage projects successfully? All right. So these are very, very interesting things. Okay, look at the elective project I have here. Create a podcast. These are elective projects anyway. You can pick any of these one that you want. Building a social media presence. So these elective projects are things that you might need. So you just look through them and see, which one do I need? Do I need to create a podcast? Maybe you have been thinking of creating a podcast. This particular project will teach you how to effectively create a successful podcast. Podcast. Look at this, building a social media presence. Maybe you have been thinking, maybe I have to have a stronger social media presence, like Instagram, YouTube, and all of that. This one will teach you exactly that. Managing difficult audience. Maybe you have been having issues with some difficult audience in your place of work. Maybe your director, they are very critical of you, and you talk, how do you manage them? How do you, writing the compelling blog, managing online meeting, question and answer. How do you manage a question and answer session? Public relations strategy. Maybe you are a PR department of your workplace. How do you learn the strategy to manage? So these are the projects that you learn in Toastmasters for a particular competency. The competency here is managing difficult audience. So what you will learn in this particular project is how to manage difficult audience. All right. So each and every project you do in Toastmasters has a particular competency that you are learning. High performance leadership. Let's go through this. Elective projects in level 5. Moderate panel discussion. Ethical leadership. Lesson learned. Maybe you have done something. How do you evaluate what you have learned from this particular project? All right. Ethical leader. Leading in your volunteer organization. Prepare a speak professionally. So these are just, after this, you finish this project, part completion, reflect on your plans. So what are the things that you've learned? All of these projects that you've been doing, what's, you have to go back and see what are the things I've actually learned. So these are very, very interesting topics and very, very interesting projects for you to learn. Don't forget, you must, I say it again, you must go through your speech objective and go through the learning experience for you to appreciate what Toastmasters is all about. Because if you are just giving speeches and you don't understand, you don't learn the competency, it's just like a waste of time. So you must learn the competency that is included in that particular project that you're doing. That is how you become a better leader and a better communicator in essence. So with all of this, I would like to thank you for listening. And I hope you have learned one or two things. And thank you very much and have a great day. Bye.